Breaking the cycle of saying, I'm fine, when you are not, is a journey that requires courage, self-compassion, and a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs. Here are a few practical steps to help you start being more honest with yourself about your feelings. Hi, I'm Eva. I am a Gen X and I live in Spain, surrounded by nature and by the rescue animals of my nonprofit, the Whispering Rescue Ranch. Well, we've all been there. We've all uttered those two little words, I'm fine, whenever somebody is asking us how we are. And often these two little words are acting like a protective shield for ourselves. But pretending to be okay when we are not okay is a burden that we are never supposed to carry ourselves alone. So let's discover the power of vulnerability and learn to connect on a deeper level. And yes, it's true. I have done this, but not so much as many others have done. Now, in this video, I want to share a little bit of myself. And it has been a fact that at a certain moment in my life, I stopped saying, I'm fine, I'm okay, everything is great, awesome, yay. No, I wasn't the one who did that. I have a past where people lied to me and when I was young. And that's also something that led for me that I didn't want to lie to anybody. So if somebody would ask me, hey, how are you? I would just say the blunt truth. One day it could be, oh, I'm okay. The other could be, well, I'm not good at the moment. And what I learned from that is, who were my friends? Because if you were not a friend of mine, you would just go on with your talk. You wouldn't even care, oh, what's happening? Oh, can I help you with anything? You would just continue with whatever you were doing. But my real friends, my close friends, they would say, hey, what's going on? How can I help you? Maybe we can find a solution. And then at another moment in my life, not so long ago, I learned that we should always say, it's great. I'm awesome. I'm fantastic. I'm feeling amazing. And I had issues with that. Everybody in that group was doing that. And I really had issues with that because I knew that probably 9 of the 10 people or 8 of the 10 people were not feeling amazing or were not feeling great. We're having some issues. And it really led like, yeah, it was fighting in me because for me, it was lying to that person. If I would say, I am amazing, thank you for asking. It was, on the other hand, an exercise. And right now, I am in between the two, meaning I now have learned, if I am not doing so great, how I can feel better and not stay stuck in that feeling that I'm not good, that I'm not feeling good, that there are issues and whatever, so I am not okay, and how I can bring myself to be more than okay. And it is just a fact that we live in a world that often celebrates stoicism and equates vulnerability with weakness. Isn't that sad? And yes, from a young age, many of us have been taught to suppress our emotions. And I'm thinking even of boys and men, even more than us women. But suppressing your feelings, suppressing the truth to avoid judgment is in the end not going to help you or going to help all these young men. Denying for the help they need to feel okay again. And apart from that, it is a fact that these days with social media, the pressure has even come on more and more every single month. It is just a fact that the fear of vulnerability runs deep. We are worrying to being judged, being rejected, or ridiculed for expressing our real feelings. But as I just said before, when you are saying, I'm fine, and you're saying that again and again as a protective mechanism, the long-term consequences of, in the end, suppressing your emotions can be detrimental for your well-being. You know it, just like me, that when you are bottling up your feelings, they are not going to simply disappear. That's not going to happen. They are going to fester and intensify beneath the surface. And then one day, bang, what's going to happen, do you think? People are going to get into depression. People are going to feel isolated. And physically, all these symptoms, all these problems like a depression or the feeling of isolation, when this chronic suppression is taking place, it's going to show up in your body. You are going to show what's going on in a myriad of ways. And your physical well-being, apart from the mental one, is going to be suffering and going to show up in showing you diseases. Because you always need to remember that our bodies and our brains and our minds are interconnected. And when we neglect our emotional well-being, well, our physical well-being will also suffer. Now, it's easy said for me who is living alone, but let's not forget that probably many of you are in a relationship. And even me living alone, I still have relationships with friends and with my family. And when we are not honest to ourselves and to others on how we feel, it's going to create a distance. And it's also going to prevent us from experiencing the true level of intimacy and connection that comes from sharing our authentic selves with others. And by acting this way, we are going to miss out on opportunities for empathy, support, and genuine understanding. Now, I live in Europe, and for sure, some of these things have to do with our upbringing. Some of it has to do of where we are living. And the reason why I say I'm fine shall not be the same as the reason you are saying you're fine. It all depends from several factors. The main thing is to understand the consequences that it can have, the impact on your health, and in the end, I always say the same thing. Why? Why lie? What advantage does it have for me to be lying? Now, of course, if there is a total stranger that I'm meeting somewhere for the very first time, and he's asking, hey, how are you? Of course, I'm not going to be telling him my life story. That's clear. I will just say, I'm okay. Hey, it's a great day when it is a great day. And I'm not going to be crying or whatever in front of them. It all depends on the situations and it all depends on the day. But let me tell you a little secret. Look at me. How do you think I feel? How do you think that my behavior right now has an impact on how I feel? Yes, I'm sad. I'm not feeling well. And by doing this, I am surely not going to get better. On the other hand, if I put myself in the pose of Superwoman, this is going to be releasing endorphins in my body. And I am going to feel amazing. How do you think this has an effect on me? I can do this. I put myself straight. I make my move. I change my triad. This suddenly, honestly, I have a smile on my face. I feel great. I feel strong. I can do this. Now, where I want to get to is the following. What we need to forget that is vulnerability is not a weakness. It's the birthplace of courage. It's the birthplace of connection and of personal growth. But before you can become vulnerable to others, you need to be honest with yourself. How are you feeling? What's the triad you are in right now? And the triad has to do with physiology. It has to do with your focus. And it has to do with the language that you're using. Let me give you an example about language. I am sad. I am depressed. I want to go to bed and I want to sleep all day. I am feeling so weak. How do you think those words are influencing you? They're just helping you to even feel more sad, more tired, more weak or weaker. Then when I am saying, like I did in the other video, when I'm saying, I am incredible because of everything that I've been doing. I am amazing of making it all work out. I am fit. I just did over 30,000 steps yesterday. It's incredible. Me naming all the sad things bring me down. Changing my vocabulary, changing my the language, I suddenly have a smile on my face because I am amazing. I am doing it all. I am making it real. It gives me a smile, and suddenly, just in a few seconds, I can feel better and stronger. That's what the change of your language can do for you. But you need to be honest with yourself. You need to know where you are right now, and you need to know where you want to go. Do you want to go down, or do you want to get up? Are you lying to yourself? No, I'm not lying to myself. I just changed my language. Instead of being focused, the other part of my triad, instead of being focused on everything that's going wrong in my life right now, I changed my focus to everything that was going right. And I changed my language to even say all the things that are going right, which make me feel amazing. So where do I want to go with all of this? Because I'm really on a rant right now. And the thing is, be honest in the first place with yourself. Find out where you are right now. Find out what your feelings are. And just like I did in the other video that I shared last week, make some lines of gratitude. So you, when you are feeling negative, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling depressed and everything, you can also see the good things in your life. And then be honest. If you can be honest with yourself, it's going to make it easier for you to be honest with others. And the objective is also to create space for genuine connection with others. But to have that connection with others, you want to be honest with yourself first. And I know that if you are depressed, you can be in a very, very, very low space. And I can tell you that I have been there. in my life. And I have been in that space several times in my life because I've had some very cruel things happen in my life. And at that time, I was younger. I didn't even know how to get out of them. So I do understand. And you don't have to believe me, but I can tell you that I've had to go through things that I would not wish anybody on this world would have to go through. I'm not going to give you details right now. Okay, that's still too soon in our connection. I'm just making videos, sharing my knowledge, sharing what, the feelings that I've had, the connections that I've been able to make in my head, the growing that I have done thanks to all those experiences, or should I say struggles, apart from the triumphs. I've been there. I've done that. And that's also one of the reasons why I have so many people turning to me, because they know that I will understand how they are feeling, because I've been through it. This just is not the right time to be sharing more of that. And on the other hand, also is I do not want to get pity from anybody or from the few of you that could judge me. That's your thing. I am not going to let you do that, or I'm not going to let you get to me. And that's also things that I have learned over the years. But what I do want you to do as an exercise, for those of you who have issues with this, is to break the cycle of saying, I'm fine, when you're not. You need to break the cycle. And you can do that in small pieces. Start breaking the cycle just with your loved ones. Don't keep saying that you're fine when you're not. How do you want to get support from your loved ones if you don't tell them how you really feel? And also remember that it's a journey that requires courage and self-compassion. Really. But it also needs a willingness, the willingness to challenge deeply ingrained beliefs that you have. But I think that in the first place, it's your loved ones who would understand you. And let me just see. Hold on. I just got a friend sending me a little message on how I am. Hold on. So, how are you doing? She asked. And I said, good? With a question mark? Now, that for her is enough to know that I am not feeling so good at the moment. Now, the reason why I am not feeling so good at the moment is because I had 2 falls in the last week. Right now, I have a blue ankle. I have a blue shin bone. I have my big toe who is open. I sliced, well, let's say this is the big toe. I sliced a piece from under the big toe. And I got a blood result that wasn't as good as we would have hoped. So I have 3 more hospital visits before I leave with my van for over a month. And I'm leaving in a few days. So, no, I am not feeling I'm fine right now. Absolutely not. Nevertheless, I'm here because I love making videos and I love to talk to you. But this was also one of the reasons why I'm making this video. Because people ask you, how are you doing? I'm not saying that I'm fine right now. I am not going to pretend. I am no longer going to pretend that everything is fine when it's not. It doesn't mean that everybody has to say, oh, what's going on? Oh, this or that. Absolutely not. You don't have to exaggerate it all. I just can say, hey, I've had better days. Everything is going to be fine. But right now, So if you have been one of those who has been saying the whole time, I'm fine, at every request you got on how you were doing, then try to break the cycle and try to find a trusted confidant. Start with somebody where you feel safe and comfortable to be vulnerable with. Start just with one person. And you can choose a friend, you can choose a family member, you could choose a therapist or even a support group. Start with one person. And then in the third place, by the way, in the third place, you want to practice self-compassion. It's okay. It's okay to not always feel great. Just be kind to yourself and be understanding with yourself. You and nobody else is going to be fine the whole time. It's okay to not be okay. Don't make it so hard on yourself. And just remember, you are not alone with these struggles. 99% of the people have good days and bad days and days they struggle. It's normal. Now, another point that is really important when you want to be practicing this, and that is to stop talking negative about yourself. We call that the negative self-talk. Oh, thought Fedora. I showed it in the other video. Oh, I'm so fat and I can't get in those pants. And I haven't done anything useful today. Oh, and I still have to do that. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. Nah, I can't do that. I'm not smart enough. Stop doing that. Every single one of us is intelligent for something. And we can't be smart or intelligent for everything. Nobody does. So stop talking negative on yourself. And when you catch yourself saying something negative or thinking something negative about yourself, turn it the other way around and just say the opposite. Stop challenging yourself. Stop challenging those thoughts. And go back to the other video about gratitude. Say a few things you're great at. And suddenly that smile is coming back on screen. You can do this. Everybody can do this. And before I'm ending this video, I also would like to tell you that you need to set boundaries. Yes, it's okay to say no to things that are draining your energy or that are making you uncomfortable. Just say no and prioritize your well-being. Now, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment here below and let me know, how are you doing? How are you doing today? Let me know. And also remember that I am always available. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. We can connect through Zoom, we can connect through Signal, we can connect through WhatsApp. If you need 5 minutes, I'm happy to connect with you for 5 minutes or even a bit longer. Just know that until, what is it again, October 10 or something, I am going to be on the road, so I am not always ready to talk when I'm driving. I can't be talking, so I will not catch my phone. And also know that I am in Amsterdam, Paris, Madrid time. That means I'm 6 hours ahead of New York time. So if you want to talk at your 8 p.m., that's 2 a.m. for me, I will be sleeping. Just know that. But other than that, remember, we are here to make a community where we can feel safe and where we can help each other. So you also got my email. I always share it under my video, so you know where you can connect with me. Other than that, as I said last week somewhere in one of the videos, I will be on the road. I will make one video a week that I'm sharing, a long video. And then on the other video, it will just be a short. Other than that, I would say, hey, if you loved my video, please give it a like, subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave me a comment. I love to read your comments. Thank you. I'll see you in a few days. Bye.